Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to solve Cambridge O-Levels Additional Mathematics Paper 1 in a session May-June 2019, Paper 1-2. So let's begin with question 1. Question number 1 in A part, on the Venn diagram below, shade the region indicated. Now for the first Venn diagram, we have A in complement, intersection, B complement, intersection with C complement. So A is this, and A complement is a region that is outside of A. And when its intersection with B, B is this, B is a region outside of B. And C is this, and the C complement is region outside of C. So A intersection, A complement intersection, B complement intersection, C complement is only the outer shaded region, not the three sets, right? So let me shade the sets. So this is basically all of these, that region. Basically just the outer region, not the three sets. Okay, now for the second part, A union B intersection C. Okay, so first we need to find B intersection C. So this is intersection of B and C. This is B intersection C. And its union with A is this set, the whole set A. A union B intersection C. Right. Now for the B part, we have given the universal set, that is the x values of between 0 degree to 360 degrees. P is the set when cos 2x is 0.5. Okay, let me find the set P for simplify the P. Okay, so cos 2x is equals to 0.5. It means 2x is equals to cos inverse of 0.5. Okay, it must be in degrees, so your calculator is in degrees. So this is in degrees, yes. Okay, now cos inverse of 0.5 is 60. So this is 60 degrees. So it means 2x equals to 60 degrees. And this here, the cos is positive, and cos is positive in first quadrant and in the fourth quadrant, right? Let me draw this to show you guys. Here, A, S, T, C. So C for cos, all positive and cos positive. So it is a positive in the first and in the fourth quadrant, right? So here we have the value for x. We have 180 minus x. Here we do 180 plus x, and here we do 360 minus x. So since the cos is positive in the fourth quadrant, so the next angle is 360 minus 60, so that is equals to 300, right? And we also have to it is 2 times of x. It means we add 360 in these two values. So 360 plus 360, we have 390. 360 plus 60, 420, yes, 420, and adding 360 here, so 300 plus 360, that is equals to 660. Now to get the value for x, we divide throughout by 2, so 60 divides 2, that is equals to 30 degrees. Next, 300 divides 2 is 150 degrees. And 420 divides 2 is 210 degrees. And 660 divides 2, 330 degrees. We add 360 because there are 2 revolutions here, right? So these are the values of x, right? So this is a P, set P. So we can say the set P is 30 degrees, 150 degrees, 210 degrees, and 300 degrees. Sorry, it's not 300, it is 330. Yeah, this is 330 degrees. right? Now let me do the set Q. So for set Q, we have sine x equals to 0.5. So let me simplify. Sine x equals to 0.5. So x value is sine inverse of 0.5. Let me check. Sine inverse 0.5. This is 30 degrees. So x is equals to 30 degrees. And also sine is positive in first and the second quadrant. So we do 180 minus 30. So what is 180? Subtract answer. It is 150 degrees. So we are not adding 360 because there is no 2 revolutions. So these are the values for x. So we can say the set Q is equals to 30 degrees and 150 degrees. Right, now we have a set P and the set Q. Now the question is we need to find P intersection Q. So the common one are 30 and 150. So we can say that P intersection Q is equals to 30 degrees and 150 degree. Question number 2, do not use a calculator in this question. Find the coordinates of the points of intersection of the curve and the line. Okay, so put the curve and line equal. So 2x plus 3 whole square into x minus 1. This is equals to 3 times 2x plus 3. Now shifting all the terms to the left side. 2x plus 3 whole square, x minus 1 minus 3 times of 2x plus 3 equals to 0. Now 2x plus 3 is common. Let me take 2x plus 3 common. And in the bracket we have 2x plus 3 into x minus 1 and negative 3 equals to 0. So let me multiply the terms. So outside we have 2x plus 3 and here we have 2x square minus 2x plus 3x minus 3 and minus 3 equals to 0, right? 2x plus 3 and 2x square plus x and minus 6 equals to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. We can factorize this. 2 times 6 is 12 and 4 times 3 is 12 and 4 minus 3 is 1. Yes, 4 and minus 3. So 2x plus 3, 2x square plus 4x minus 3x minus 6 equals to 0. 2x plus 3. Okay, 2 and x is common. So x plus 2 minus 3 is common, x plus 2. So for further simplification, 2x plus 3 is the factor. 2x minus 3 is a factor. And x plus 2 is the factor. So let me get the 3x values and substituting into y to get the points. So from here, the first x is equals to minus 3 by 2. From second, x is equals to 3 by 2. And from third, x is equals to minus 2. Now let me find the corresponding y values by putting into the curve, the line y equals, you can put into the curve as well. Y equals to 3 into 2x plus 3. Okay. So this is y equals to 3 into 2x plus 3. Right. So for the first one, y equals to 3 into 2 times minus 3 by 2 plus 3. So this is 2 is cancelled with 2, positive 3 and minus 3. 3 times 0, that is equals to 0. Now for second, y is equals to 3 by 2. 3, 2 times 3 by 2 plus 3. So 2 is cancelled with 3. 3 plus 3 is 6 and 3 times of 6 is 18. Right. Now for third one, y is equals to minus 2. 3, 2 times of minus 2 plus 3. So 3 is outside. 2 times 2 is 4. Minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. So that is minus 3. So we can say the point of intersection of the curve and the line are the first point at when x is minus 3 by 2, it is 0. Minus 3 by 2, 0. The second point is 3 by 2, 18. And the third point is minus 2, minus 3. So these are the 3 points of intersection of the curve and the line. Question number 3, the number b of a certain type of bacteria at time t days can be described by this equation. Now for part 1, find the value of b when time is 0. So let me solve the b, putting t equals to 0, that is 200 e power 2 times 0 is 0, plus 800 e power minus 2 times 0 is 0. E power 0 is 1, so b is 200 plus 800, that is equals to 1000. Right. Now for the second part, at the instant when dB by dt equals to 1200, show that this equation. Okay, so first we need to find the derivative of b with respect to t and put it equals to 1200. So we have this. Let me do the derivative. dB over dt, 200 2 e power 2t plus 800 minus 2 e power minus 2t. Right. Now put this equals to 1200. Right. Let me simplify this equation. So from here we have 2 times 2 is 400 e power 2t minus 2 times 8 is 1600 e power minus 2t minus 1200 equals to 0. Right. Okay. Now let me divide throughout the equation by 400. 400 divide 400 is just 1. So e power 2t. 1600 divides 400. So 1 divide 400. This is 4. So we have minus 4 e power minus 2t minus 1200 divides 400 is 3 minus 3 equals to 0. How can we make this equation? Right, so this is e power 4t e power 2t, so we have to shift this to the denominator. E power 2t minus 4 over e power 2t minus 3 equals to 0. And now we have to do the LCMs. So here e power 4t minus 4 minus 3 e power 2t, and e power 2t in the division is equals to 0. Now we can compare e power 4t minus 3 e power 2t and minus 4 equals to 0. Right. Now for the third part, using the substitution of u equals to e power 2t, or otherwise solve this equation. So let's suppose the same substitution, put u equals to e power 2t. We have the equation u square minus 3u minus 4 equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation in u. Now the factors are 1 times 4 is 4 and 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Yes. So u square plus u minus 4u minus 4 equals to 0. U is common, u plus 1 minus 4 is common, u plus 1 equals to 0. So u plus 1 and u minus 4 equals to 0. Right, so from here we have the two values for u equals to minus 1 and u equals to 4. Now put this back. U is basically e power 2t. So e power 2t equals to minus 1, and from here e power 2t is equals to 4. Now we have to solve for t. Okay, let me solve over here. So for the first one, we have to do taking natural log on both sides. So we have 2t is equals to natural log of minus 1, and natural log of minus 1 does not exist, so this is not the solution. Now here we have 2t is equals to natural log of 4, and t is equals to 1 by 2 ln 4. This is a solution, or let me simplify. Ln 4 divides to, this is 0.693. Time is 0.693 days. Yes. Now question number 4 in part A, given that this can be written in the form of p power a, q power b, r power c. Find the values of each of the constant a, b, c. Okay, so let me simplify this. So the numerator we have p power 3 by 2, r square power 3 by 2, q power 1 by 2, and r power 1 by 2. Right, and in the denominator we have p power 2, q power 2, p power minus 1, and r power minus 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Now shifting all the powers to the numerator, we have p power 3 by 2 and p power 1, right? Shifting to the numerator becomes positive. Now let me do the powers for q is 1 by 2 and here q is minus 2, right? And now let me do for r. R power 2 is cancelled with 2, that is 3. R power 1 by 2, and shifting this r power to the numerator becomes 2. So now p is 3 by 2 plus 1. 3 divides 2 plus 1, that is 5 by 2. So a is basically 5 by 2. Now q is 1 by 2 minus 2 minus 3 by 2, and r is 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 divides 2 plus 5, that is 11 by 2. So these are the constants a, b, and c, right? Now for b part, we need to solve this equation, right? So if I multiply the first equation with 3 and add with the second equation, we can easily cancel the y. Yes, 3 times 3 is 9, x power 1 by 2 minus 3 y power minus 1 by 2 equals to 12. 3 times 4 is 12, and the other equation is 4x power 1 by 2 plus 3y power minus 1 by 2 equals to 14, right? Now we are adding the two equations. So let me add the two equations. We can easily cancel the y terms, and we have 9 plus 4, 13. So 13 x power 1 by 2 equals to 12 plus 14, 26. And x power 1 by 2 equals to 26 divides 13, 2. So this is x power 1 by 2, and to get the value for x, we have to do square on both sides to get rid of this square root. So x value is equals to 4. Square of 2 is 4, right? Now let me substitute this x value into my first or second equation to get the answer for y, right? So if I do for the first one, we have 3 x power 1 by 2 we got is 2 minus y power minus 1 by 2 equals to 4. So minus y power minus 1 by 2 equals to 4 minus 3 times 2 is 6. Minus y power minus 1 by 2 equals to minus okay, this is minus 2. Now cancel the two negative sign on both sides. Y power minus 1 by 2 is equals to 2. So what is y power minus 1 by 2? This is basically 1 over y power 1 by 2. This is equals to 2. And now we do the reciprocal on both sides. So here we have y power 1 by 2 equals to 1 by 2, right? And to get rid of this 1 by 2, taking square on both sides, we have y value is equals to 1 by 4. 2 square is equals to 4. So x is 4 and y is 1 by 4. Question number 5. The diagram shows the right-angled triangle OAB. OAB. This is the 90-degree angle. Right-angle triangle. Point C lies on the line OB. Angle OAB is pi by 2 radians. OAB. This is pi by 2 radians. This is given to us. And angle AOB is theta radians. AC is the arc of a circle. Center O, radius is 12, OA is 12, OC is also 12, O to C is 12 centimeter. And AC has length 9.6 centimeters. So arc length we have given. Now for part 1, find the value of theta. So we have to use a formula for arc length. Arc length of a sector is equals to r times of theta. Arc length we have given is 9.6. Radius we have given is 12 times theta. And to get the value of theta, we have to do 9.6 divides 12. We will get the theta. 9.6 divides 12, that is 4 by 5 or 0.8 radians. Okay, now for the second part, find the area of the shaded region. So as you can see, just this region is shaded. So basically we need to find the area of this triangle, right angle triangle, and the area of this sector, right? And subtracting the sector, we will get the area of the shaded region, right? So first start with the area of the triangle. So this is a right angle triangle OAB. So this is the perpendicular, this is base, and this is the perpendicular, height and the base. So this is half base times height. So base is AB and the height is OA. So we don't know AB, so we have to find AB first. So we have this theta, that is 0.8, right? So we got this equals to 0.8. So this is a right angle triangle. Angle front side is the opposite, and this is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse. So we need to find opposite, and we know adjacent. So we have to use a ratio for tangent. So we can say tan 0.8 is opposite AB over adjacent, that is 12, right? And what is AB? 12 times of tan 0.8, and it must be in radians. So let me convert my calculator into radians now. Now we have tan 0.8 times 12, that is 12.35, 36 F around centimeter. That is the length AB, 12.36. Now area of a triangle is half base times height. This is a base and this is a height, right? So let me find area of a triangle. Area of triangle AOB. This is half. We got the base, that is 12.3536 times height is 12, right? So this is multiplying by 12 divides 2. This is equals to 74.1339, right? Now let me find the area of a sector, right? Area of sector of a circle. So its formula is half r square theta. So we have half radius we have given for this sector OAC. This radius is 12 and theta is 0.8, right? So 12 square 0.8, right? Let me simplify this. 12 times 12 times 0.8 times 0.5. We have 57.6, right? Now let me do the shaded area. So as you can see, the shaded area is the whole triangle. Subtract the sector because sector is not shaded. We will get the shaded area. So shaded area is 74.1339. Subtract 57.6, the sector area, right? So 74.1339 minus 57.6, this is 16.53, so we can just say 16.5 centimeter square is the shaded area. Question number 6, part A. 8 books are to be arranged on a shelf. There are 4 mathematics books, 3 geography books, and 1 French book. Number 1, find the number of different arrangement of the books if there is no restriction. Okay, so the total number of books are 8. So we can say for arrangement 4 maths, 3 geography, and 1 French, that is 8 factorial ways we can arrange it. Like we can say 8 times 7, the first place we can 8 and then 7 and then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1, right? So now let me calculate 8 factorial. 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, that is 4,320 ways we can arrange if there is no restriction. 40,320. Right. Now for the second part, find the number of different arrangements if the mathematics books are to be kept together. So mathematics books are to be kept together, and we know that there are 4 mathematics books, right? So we can write down math books, math, and the math books. So these are 4 math books, so we have to consider it as 1 unit, right? Plus there are 3 geography books and 1 French book, right? So we have the rest of the books are 4, right? So we have to consider the total are 5 books if math books are kept together. So that is the number of ways are 5 factorial times, and you can also see that the math books are also arranged among themselves. This book can be placed over here, this can be placed here, this over here, this over here. So there are 4 books, so there are 4 factorial ways when we are arranging among themselves, right? So let me calculate the factorial. 5 factorial times 4 factorial. This is 2880 ways. 2880, right? Now for part C, find the number of different arrangements if the math books are to be kept together and the geography books are to be kept together. Okay, so the mathematics books are 4 and the geography books are 3 and 1 French book, right? Okay, so first here we are going to use the fundamental counting principle. Counting principle. Okay, so fundamental principle, counting principle says when the math books are kept together, geography books are kept together, and there is only 1 French book, so we can say there are 4 factorial ways we have to keep the math books together, times there are 3 factorial ways for the geography books, and there is 1 factorial ways for the French book, and the total we have to multiply it with the number of different combinations of the books. As we know that there are 3 combination of books: mathematics, geography, and the French. So we have to multiply it by 3 factorial, right? So let me simplify. So 4 factorial times 3 factorial times 3 factorial. This is 864 ways. 864, right? Now for part B, a team of 6 players is to be chosen from 8 men and 4 women. Find the number of different ways this can be done. So first we need to find the total, the men and the women. So 8 plus 4, this is equals to 12. Right. So from the 12 players, we have to make a team of 6. So number 1, if there is no restriction. So when there is no restriction, we have to find 12. Out of 12, we have to make a team of 6. So 12C6. So 12C6. This is 924 ways. 924. Right. Now for the second part, there is at least 1 woman on the team. At least 1 woman. It means the purely men team is not considerable, right? So from the total 12C6, we have to subtract the team that is purely made of men. So total men are 8C6. We have to subtract this. Okay, so this is equals to 12C6 is again 924. We have to subtract 8C6. So 8C6, that is 24. So 924 subtract 24, 924 minus 28. This is 896. 896 number of teams we can make that contain that has at least 1 woman in the team. Question number 7. A pilot wishes to fly his plane from a point A to a point B on the bearing of 055 degrees. So first let me draw the bearing, the point A and B. So if I consider this as a north line, this is my north line, right? So this is the point A, and let me say this is the point B. Right, so the pilot wishes to fly his plane from a point A to a point B on the bearing of 55. So from north line to this angle is 55, right? Okay, there is a wind blowing at 120 km/h from the west. Okay, so this is a north, then this side is the west, right? So this side is the west. So in this direction, the wind is blowing at 120 km/h. A plane flies at 650 km per hour in the still air. So if this is the direction of the wind, so here it is, here's a plane, so it flies from A to B, so it must flies in a still air when the speed is 650 km per hour. So it must flies in the direction closer to B, right, in this way. This is in the still air, you can say. So this is 650 km per hour. Now for part 1, find the direction in which the pilot must fly his plane in order to reach B. So we have to find the direction, this angle we need to find, the direction in which the pilot must fly his plane. This is the direction in order to reach B. So this whole angle is 55, so we have to find that angle alpha, right? So here we have given the two sides, but we must know one angle to apply the law of sine or law of cosine. So if I use the concept here, as we can see, these are the two parallel lines. Let me draw, right? So this is a parallel line, this is a parallel line. So these are the two parallel lines. This angle and this angle are the alternate angles, right? So as we know that this whole angle is the north line and this line is parallel, so perpendicular, right? So this whole angle is 90 degree. This is 55. So what is 90 subtract 55? 90 subtract 55, this angle is 35. This is 35 degrees. So this angle is also 35 degrees, right? Now to get this angle alpha, we have the angle B and the side B, the alpha and the side A, right? So we can say sine alpha over the front side of the angle 120 equals to sine of angle B, that is beta, 35 degrees, and the front side of B is 650. Okay, let me solve for sine alpha. Sine alpha is 120 divide 650 and times sine 35 degrees. And to get alpha, we do sine inverse. Okay, so let me simplify. First, sine 35 times 120 divide 650 and doing a sine inverse. Alpha is equals to sine inverse of answer. This is 6.1 degree up to 1 decimal place if I round it. Okay, so 6.1 degree is the angle alpha, right? So we got the value of alpha. So as we know that this whole angle is 55 and this is alpha, so we have to find this angle theta, in which this is a direction in which the pilot must fly the plane in order to reach B. So in still air, and this is the direction for air, right? So how can we find angle theta? Theta is 55 subtract alpha, right? So we do 55 minus answer. This is 48.9 degrees, or if I round it, this angle is 49 degree, right? Now for the second part, given that the distance between A and B is 1250 kilometer. So between A, B, we have given the distance is 1250 kilometer, right? The question is find the time if it will take the pilot to fly from point A to B. So A to B, we need to find out the time. Okay. So we have the distance, right? And we have to find the time. So here we have to use a formula of speed equals to distance over time, right? And to solve the time equals to distance divide speed. So we have the distance between A and B. First we need to find the speed between A and B. As we know that the speed of the from the west is given, the speed in the still air is given, we need to find the speed of AB. Okay, so what we have to do, so as you can see, we have this side, the angle, this side and the S angle. So we have to find this side, right? So let me find the third angle of the triangle. So apply the law of cosine. We have the two sides and the angle between them. We can easily find the speed of the front side. Okay, so alpha plus 35 and subtracting the answer from 180, we will get this angle, right? Okay, so what is alpha? Alpha is 6.1 and plus 35, this angle, and 180 subtract answer, this is equals to 138.9 degrees, 138.9 degrees, right? So we have to use this angle and applying law of cosine to get the speed of AB. Okay, let's do it. So the law of cosine here, so we can do the side AB. We can say AB square is equals to, the two sides are 120, speed is 120 and the speed is 650, its whole square, and then minus 2, 120 and 650, and cos of the angle between the two sides, that is 138.9 degrees. Right, let me simplify. Taking cos of that angle and times by 650 and times by 120 and times by -2, right, and then add 650 square, right, and then add 120 square is equals to this for AB square. Now to get AB we have to do the square root on both sides, that is 744. So we can say AB, let me round this, that is 745 because we can round one decimal place. 745 kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour is the speed between AB, right? So we need to find the time. So substitute into the formula. So we have time equals to distance is 1250 kilometer and the time is 745 kilometer per hour. So this time is in terms of hours, right? Okay, so 1250 divides answer. This is 1.67 or this is 1 hour and 40 minutes, or we can say time is 1 hour and 40 minutes. So we have 63 seconds, so which is we can round this because half of seconds, so we can round 41. Yes, 41 minutes, right? So it will the pilot, the time it will take for a pilot from A to B is 1 hour and 41 minutes. Sorry. Question number 8. When e power y is plotted against 1 over x, a straight line graph passing through the point 2, 20 and 4, 8 is obtained. Number 1, find y in terms of x. Okay, so we have to use an equation of straight line, that is y equals to mx plus c. Right, so the x here is 1 by x and y here is e power y, right? So we can say e power y equals to m times x is 1 over x plus c. So we have to put the 2 points. So the first coordinate is the x coordinate, and that is 1 by x, and the second coordinate is the y coordinate, that is e power y, right? So let me substitute the points one by one. So putting the point 2 and 20. So we have the equation, the y coordinate is 20 m, and this is 2 plus c. Now for the second we have 4, 8, right? 8 equals to m 4 plus c, right? So let me subtract the two equations. So subtracting the two equations, we can easily cancel the c and we will get the value for m, right? So subtract here, subtract and subtract. So 20 subtract 8 is 20, take away 8 is 12. 2 subtract 4 is -2m, and c is cancelled. Positive c and negative c is just 0. So what is m? So 12 divides -2. This is -6. So we have m equals to -6. Right, so when m is -6, we can put this m into the first or second equation, we will get the c, right? So here let me solve this. So we can say 20 minus 2 times m equals to c. So we have 20 minus 2 times m value is -6. This is equals to c. Okay, so 2 times of 6 is 12 and plus 20, the c is 32. Right, now let me rewrite this equation. So e power y equals to m is -6 over x plus 32. We have to find y in terms of x, right? So how can we get the y value? So we can take natural log on both sides. ln of e power y equals to ln of 32 minus 6 by x. right? And then we can say y is equals to, because ln of e is just 1, so y equals to ln of 32 minus 6 over x. So this is y in terms of x. Now for second part, hence find the positive values of x for which y is defined. Okay, so the positive values of x for which y is defined is basically y is defined when the term we can say argument of the log is positive, right? So we can say that y is defined when 32 minus 6 over x is greater than 0, right? So we have to simplify this, and we have I can say minus 6 over x is greater than minus 32, right? Okay, and then we have to cancel negative sign on both sides, so we have to reverse the inequality. 6 over x is less than 32, right? And doing a reciprocal, so we have to do x over 6 is greater than 32. Then we are doing 1 over 32, sorry. This is 1 by 32. Doing a reciprocal on both sides, again we reverse the inequality, and then we have x is greater than 6 over 6 is multiplying 6 over 32. Let me simplify 6 over 32 in its simplest form. 6 divides 32 is 3 over 16. So x is greater than 3 divides 16, right? Now for part 3, find the exact value of y when x is equals to 3. So in this, just put x equals to 3 and solve the exact value of y. So y is equals to natural log of 32 minus 6 over 3. Right, so this is natural log of 32 minus 6 by 3. 3 times 2 is 6. This is natural log of 30, right? So this is exact value for y. Okay, now for part 4, find the exact value of x when y equals to 2. So just substitute y equals to 2 and solve for x, right? So y is 2. This is equals to natural log of 32 minus 6 over x, right? Now we have x inside the natural log, so what we have to do, we have to take exponential on both sides, right? So e power 2 equals to e power ln of 32 minus 6 by x, right? So e and ln is cancelled, so we have e power 2 equals to 32 minus 6 over x, right? And then simplifying for x, we have negative 6 over x equals to e power 2 minus 32, and 1 over x is, sorry, this is x, shifting the 6, dividing 6 over here, e power 2 minus 32 divides negative 6, right? And then taking a reciprocal, x equals to 6 over 32 minus e power x, because I cancelled the negative sign on both sides. So this is a value, exact value of x when y is 2. Question number 9. The diagram shows the curve. This is a curve intersecting the line y equals to 5 at a point P and Q. So these are the point of intersection. Now for part 1, find in terms of pi the x coordinate of P and of Q. Okay, so the points of intersection when the curve and line intersect. So we have to find a point of intersection by putting the curve equals to line. So 4 plus 2 cos 3x is equals to 5, right? So 2 cos 3x is equals to 5 minus 4. So cos 3x equals to 5 minus 4 is 1 divided by 2. And we can say that 3x is equals to cos inverse of 1 by 2. So what is cos inverse of 1 by 2? Cos inverse 1 divides 2, this is equals to 60 degrees, but we need to find the answer in pi. So in pi, this is 180 divides 3, this is 60, pi by 3, yes, right? And here x is equals to 3 is dividing over here, 3 times 3 is 9, so this is pi by 9, right? So the x coordinate of P and Q, this is pi by 9 and minus pi by 9. X is equals to minus pi by 9 because cos, this is a cos function. Cos function is symmetrical over the y-axis, right? So this Q point is the coordinate of Q, the x coordinate of the q is pi by 9, and the p coordinate, x coordinate of p is minus pi by 9, because the cosine function is symmetrical. Okay, so now for part B, find the exact area of the shaded region. You must show all your working. So as you can see, this is the shaded region. The shaded region is between the curve and the line. So we have to find the area between the curve and the line. So we have to follow few steps, right? So we can say that area between the curve and the line. Right, so the step 1 is, the first step we already did is the point of intersection of line and curve. Point of intersection of line and curve. And we got the point of intersection of line and curve, the P and Q, that is pi by 9 and minus pi by 9. Yes. So this is equals to pi by 9 and minus pi by 9. Right. Now in the next step, we can say step 2. We have to find the area of the curve. Integrate this curve between these two coordinates and integrate the line between these two coordinates, right? So we have to do area of the line. This is equals to integration between minus pi by 9 to plus pi by 9, and the line is 4 plus 2 cos 3x. So we have to do its integration with respect to dx, right? And we have to do for the second one as well. We can say area of the this is for curve, sorry, area of curve, and area of the line is integration minus pi by 9 to plus pi by 9. The line is y equals to 5, so we have 5 dx. Okay, let me solve the area of the curve first. That is 4x plus 2. The integration of cos is sine 3x divides 3, and putting the limits, the upper and the lower, minus pi by 9 to plus pi by 9, right? And area of curve is 4. The upper limit is pi by 9, subtract the lower limit, that is plus pi by 9, negative times negative is positive, plus 2 by 3 is outside, sine 3 pi by 9, and minus sine 3 negative pi by 9. Right, now let me simplify it further. Area of the curve is, let me simplify, this is pi by 9 plus pi by 9, that is 2 by 9. 1 plus 1, that is 2 divides 9, and times by 4, this is 8 pi by 9. Right, and then plus 2 by 3. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9, so this is pi by 3. So 180 divides 3, this is pi by 3. So sine 30 is square root of 3 by 2. Square root of 3 divided by 2. Subtract 3 times 3 is 9 again. So we have pi by 3 is again 60, and sine of negative 60, this is negative square root of 3 by 2, and negative times negative is positive square root of 3 by 2. Right, so area of the curve is 8 pi over 9 plus 2 by 3. So we have to add pi by 3 and pi by 3. So 2 times of, square root of 3 by 2. Right, so 2 is cancelled with 2. Now we have area of the curve is 8 pi over 9 plus 2 square root of 3 divides 3. Right, now let me solve the area of the line. That is the area of the line. So area of the line, so 5 is outside, its integration is x, and putting the upper and lower limit, minus pi by 9 to plus pi by 9. Right, so area of the line we can say is 5 Upper limit is pi by 9. Subtract the lower limit is minus pi by 9. So this is plus pi by 9. So this is equals to 2 times of pi by 9 and times by 5. And 2 times 5 is 10. So we can say 10 pi over 9. Right. So now we have area of a curve and area of the line. Now moving to the third step. So step 3. As you can see, the curve is at the top of the line. So we have to do area of a curve, subtract area of a line. The line is below the curve. So area of curve, subtract area of a line. We will get the area between the curve and line, or the shaded area, right? So let's substitute. Area of a curve is 8 pi over 9 subtract plus 2 square root of 3 divides 3. And subtract this is 10 pi by 9. All right. So now we have 2 square root of 3 divides 3. And we have 2 pi terms, 8 by 9 and minus 10 by 9. So simplify. 8 divides 9 minus 10 divides 9. This is negative 2 by 9 pi. Negative 2 pi over 9. So this is a shaded area. Question number 10. The diagram shows an open container in the shape of a cuboid of length, width x centimeter, length 4 x centimeter, and height is 8 centimeter. The volume of a container is 800 centimeter cube. So the volume of the container we have given, and the container is in the shape of a cuboid. So we have to write down the formula for volume of a cuboid, right? So we know that volume of a cuboid is length into width into height, right? Length is 4x, width is x, height is h. So the volume is 800. This is equals to 4x square h, right? And the value of h is 800 divide 4x square. This is the height of the container, or if we simplify, 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 200 over x square is the height. Right. Now for part 1, show that the external surface area as centimeter square of the open container. The container is open is such that, okay, so the top surface is open, right? So we know that the surface area of a cuboid is 2 times length into width, 2 times width into height, and 2 times height into length, right? Now as you can see that we have these two sides, these two, the front and the back, and the base, not the top one, right? So we the base is a rectangular, so we have just one face, the base one, not because the top one is open. So we can say that surface area of a cuboid is, we are not using 2 times, we have length into width. This length and width, the base is just 1, plus we have 2 times height into width. Height into width. This is height, this is a width, they are twice, right? And this side is height into, we have 2 sides for the length and the height, right? So we have to use a formula for the width, length, and the height. So the surface area, let me say this is S. The length we have is 4x, the width is x, plus 2 times height is 200 over x square, and the width we have is x, plus 2 times the length is 4x into 200 over x square, sorry. Okay, now let me simplify this. So we have surface area equals to 4x square, right, plus 2 times 2 is 400 over x square. This x is cancelled with this x, yes, just x, plus 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 times 2 is 16. So 1600 over x. We can cancel this x with this, right? So S is equals to 4x square. Now x is in the denominator. We can add the numerator, 1600 plus 400, that is 2000 over x. So you can see we got the same one, 4x square plus 2000 over x, right? Now for the second part, given that x can vary, find the stationary value of S and determine its nature. So we need to find the stationary value of the surface area and determine the nature of the stationary value. To get the stationary value, we have to do the gradient of S and put it equals to 0, right? So let me write down the function S is equals to 4x square plus 2000 divide x, that is x power minus 1. Now let me solve the derivative, ds over dx. Okay, and we have 4 times, we have 2x plus 2000. Power rule, we have minus 1, x power minus 2. So for the simplification, 8x minus 2000 over x square. Right, so this is a derivative, the gradient of S, and we have to put this gradient equals to 0 for the stationary value, right? So we can say for stationary value S prime equals to 0, ds over dt, ds over dx equals to 0. So 8x minus 2000 over x square is equals to 0, right? So now we have to solve for x. Okay, so from here 8x is equals to 2000 over x square, right? Doing a cross multiplication, we have 8 x cube equals to 2000, and x cube is equals to 2000 divides 8. What is 2000 by 8? 2000 divides 8, this is 250. So x is equals to cube root of 250. This is a stationary point, right? Now we have to find the stationary value of S. So we have to put this x value into the S, and we can find the stationary value of S. So we can say the stationary value of S is equals to S at x is equals to cube root of 250. This is equals to 4x square. So we have to do its square. X square plus 2000 divides x, right? So the stationary value is 4 cube root of 250, its whole square, plus 2000 divides cube root of 250. Let me simplify this. Okay, so 4 times bracket cube root of 250 bracket its square, right? And then add 2000 divides cube root of 250. So this is 476.2. So the stationary value is 476, right? And the second we have to determine the nature of the stationary point. To get the nature of the stationary point, we have to find the second derivative, right? So this is the first derivative. Let me find the second derivative. So this is for the nature of stationary point, right? Take the second derivative, d2s over dx square, right? This is equals to 8. Okay, so x is just 1 and we have x power, the derivative is 3, so we have to do negative. We have 2000, again shifting the 2 over here, minus 2, and x power is minus 3. So the second derivative is 8 plus 2 times 2 is 4000 over x cube, right? So this is second derivative. Now we have to put this x value to get the answer. So the second derivative of s with respect to x, where x is equals to cube root of 250, this is equals to 8 plus 4000 divides cube root of 250 and its whole cube. So this is just 250, we can say. Okay, so 4000 divides 250 and then plus 8, so this is equals to 24. So this is 24 and this is greater than 0, so we can say that the stationary point is the minimum point. This is a minimum value when the second derivative is positive. This is the nature of the stationary point. Question number 11. The normal to this curve at the point where x is equals to 7/3 meets the y-axis at point P. Find the exact coordinates of point P. Okay, so first we need to find the equation of normal of this curve at a point when x is equals to 7/3. Okay, so at x is equals to 7/3, what is the y value? So first we need to find the y value by putting here. So y equals to 7/3 subtract 2, and 3 times 7/3 plus 1, its power is 2/3. Okay, so 7/3 minus 2, 7 divides 3 subtract 2 is 1/3. Right, 3 is cancelled with 3, 7 plus 1, that is 8. 8 power is 2/3. Okay, so 8 exponent 2 divides 3 and divides 3. 4/3 is the y coordinate. Right, now for equation of normal we have to find the slope gradient of this curve. Right, so dy over dx when x is equals to 7/3. Right, so we have the product rule we have to apply, the product rule of differentiation. The first function is x minus 2, the derivative of the second function, the power rule, power, the base function, power minus 1, 2/3 subtract 1, and the derivative of base function is just 3, plus the second function is 3x plus 1, its power is 2/3, and the derivative of first function is just 1. Right, so let me simplify this further. 3 is cancelled with 3, so 2 times of x minus 2 and 3x plus 1, and 2 divides 3 subtract 1 is negative 1/3. The power is minus 1/3 plus 3x plus 1, the power is 2/3. Right, so this is a gradient. Now we need to find the gradient at x is equals to 7/3. X is equals to 7 divides 3, 2, we have 7/3 subtract 2 into 3 times 7/3 plus 1, its power is minus 1/3, plus 3 times 7/3 plus 1, and the whole power is 2/3. Right, 7/3 minus 2, 7 divides 3 subtract 2, this is 1/3, and we have 2 into 1/3. 3 is cancelled with 3, 7 times 1, 7 plus 1 is 8, so 8 power minus 1/3. 8 exponent minus 1 divides 3, this is 1/2. 1/2 plus, we have cancel here, 7 plus 1 is 8, and 8 power 2 divides 3 is 4. This is 4, so we can cancel 2 with 2, so we have 1/3 plus 4 plus 1 divides 3, 13/3. 13/3 is the slope. Right, now let me write down the equation of normal. So the equation of normal is y minus y naught equals to minus 1 over m x minus x naught. M is the slope at the given x, at the given point. Right, so we have y, and we got the y naught, that is y minus 4/3 equals to minus 1 over the slope, that is the reciprocal of 13/3 is 3/13. X minus x naught is equals to 7/3. So this is equation of normal. Right, so this question says the equation of normal meets the y-axis at point P. Right, so it meets the y-axis. So if it meets the y-axis, it means the x coordinate is equals to 0. Right, so when x is equals to 0, we can find the y. Right, so what is y? Y is equals to shifting this term over here, 4/3 minus 3/13, and we have 0, subtract 7/3. This is just 7/3, right? So we can cancel 3 with 3. Negative times negative makes positive, 7/13. So 4/3 plus 7/13. Let me simplify. 4 divides 3 plus 7 divides 13. This is equals to 73/39. 73 over 39. So we can say that the exact coordinate for point P, coordinates of P, x coordinate is 0 and the y coordinate is 73 over 39. Right. So that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.